Hello, I'm Ed Leek, and I'm doing something different today. If you're not aware, Google Marketing Live 2019 was live a couple of weeks ago. This is essentially Google's annual update, giving you information on the latest technologies, the ad technologies, innovations and features and stuff. So it's pretty important, especially with all the automation that's going on and AI and machine learning. So what I've decided to do, I haven't properly watched it yet. I've sort of skipped through because it's about 3 hours long. So I'm literally going to record myself. It's a Saturday morning. I'm a bit tired. The sun's shining outside. I'm studying here, but I thought I've got to watch this. So I'm literally going to watch it with you. If you're watching me, watch this. And I'm going to comment. So this is going to be a commentary on Google's own commentary of themselves. I've never done this sort of thing before. Maybe I should have done this live. I don't know. So I'm literally going to be, making frank remarks about what Google are releasing. I'm not going to do it in one go. I'm going to pause and stop and start because of tea breaks, coffee breaks, pee breaks, and you'll be bored of me if I'm here for 3 hours. So I'll just snip it up a bit, and I'll edit out the chunks where it's not that interesting. Where I'm not that interesting, so there'll be a lot of editing to go. But without further ado, I've balanced the audio, so let's unmute. I'm going to do my best not to talk over things, but if I need to pause, I'll pause. So let's just skip forwards a bit, see where we are.
And stay tuned after
what was that? What was that?
This week, So in a few minutes, Google's Chief Business Officer, Philipp Schindler, will kick off the main keynote, where Google will unveil more than 15 new digital marketing innovations to help you connect with consumers and grow your business.
15?
Join our conversation and ask us questions about what was announced today during our live show using hashtag AskGoogleAds. And then after the event, we'll read them live and answer as many questions as we can.
And stay tuned after the keynote. This week...
She's about as natural in front of the camera as me. Love that smile. Sorry.
We're packing this show with a bunch of important information and 10 additional hours of content over last year.
We'll even go behind the scenes to see how the products announced today were developed by the people who actually made them.
Okay, no offense to these two, but we don't need to listen to them, do we? Here we go. So we've got I think this is the actual start. Come on.
See the USA in your
What about Britain?
Chevrolet.
Sponsored by Pepsi. I prefer Pepsi to Coke.
So that's what happened to me. I've been galvanized.
You gotta understand, I'm a Levi. That's 501 natural blues man.
I like pizza.
Pizza.
Brownie, but what I love is my first brownie.
Chocolate jeans, that's a bad idea.
Please welcome to our stage Senior Vice President, Chief Business Officer, Philipp Schindler.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you are in. Welcome to Google Marketing Live today.
Get some coffee. Is this how quick he speaks? If this is how quick he speaks, I'll speed it up. No disrespect.
It's great to see all of you here with us today. Over 5,000 in
Yeah, he speaks really slowly. Let's speed this up.
the room from over 68 countries and tens of thousands more
Speed.
tuning in over the live stream. And you're joining us from all over the world. I've heard we have folks here from Brazil. Anybody? How about the United Kingdom? Let's pick another one. How about Japan?
Me and some other bloke.
Yes. And of course, my home country, Germany. That's a lot of Germans.
I'll put it at 1.1 times. I might actually speed it up again. Let's have a look. Playback.
Let's
speed,
see if we can beat German
faster, so it's
enthusiasm.
1.2.
Anybody here from the US? At last but not least, a big hello and welcome to all the other countries joining us today. Let me be the first to say thank you. Thank you for your partnership, for entrusting us with a role in growing your business. It is a responsibility we take very seriously. We appreciate that you've made the time to be here. And our number one priority this week is to listen and engage with all of you. It has been a busy couple of weeks for us at Google. 2 weeks ago at Brandcast, we celebrated the amazing creator, entertainment, and music content on YouTube. And we shared new ways for marketers to reach consumers directly. Last week, we were at I/O. We shared ways we're making Google more helpful for everyone. This idea of building for everyone cuts across everything we do, whether it's new devices, new features, or bringing AI.
I don't want to be too cynical. I like Google kinda. I got a Google Pixel phone in a fabric case of all things, but they're just a lesser evil when you compare them to Facebook. But yeah,
privacy, security.
They're making money. That's what they're about. They're making money
to everyone.
You know.
This drives not only how we build for consumers, but also how we build for marketers, for all of you. And now we're here at Google Marketing Live, so let's talk about what all of this actually means for you. We see 3 meaningful evolutions, some call them revolutions, heading our way. First, as you all know, smart devices are merging all around us. But what's new is that our interaction with these devices is becoming a lot more natural. Digital assistants are a big part of this, but not the only drivers. Even our search product sees a lot more natural.
I don't want to go into a rant either. I feel like I'm going to be editing a lot of my mumbling out, but I'm not a fan of these home assistant devices. Alexa, can you turn the light on? The switch is 5 foot away. I also don't like the privacy issues of having devices listen to you all your time. My phone listens to me all the bloody time.
Conceptual questions that we can now answer.
Are you sleeping?
And this is playing out across multiple surfaces: phones, cars, TVs, speakers, and many other device types. The challenging part is that as consumers move to smaller screens and surfaces, they expect you to deliver higher quality results. Look at the desktop. There's space for a lot of links. Look at mobile, a lot less space. And then look at the smart speaker.
There's loads of space on mobile. You push the organic right off.
The quality of these answers, whether they're organic or commercial experiences, needs to be significantly higher. What we will also see is a variety of input and output factors emerging for all of these interactions. One of our predictions is that a major use case will be voice in, image out. As an example, if you ask the Google Assistant to show you Iron Man costumes, you don't really want the speaker to read out descriptions like the helmet has red and gold stripes or the boots are this shade of rust. No, it's much better to see the results displayed as you think about how much of an Avenger you want to be. Or not. And we should be able to predict what's the best display around you, whether it's your phone, smart display, or even TV.
You really shouldn't laugh at your own jokes. I mean, this I've never done, and I've never done this. I never stood in front of thousands of people. I know it's hard. Christ, is it hard? But if you're going to crack a dry joke, don't laugh. Don't even smile. Make sure people don't think it's a joke. So if they do laugh,
or take
you
the
get a
example
bonus.
of voice in and augmented reality out. Ask the assistant about that car you've been eyeing. Of course, you can check it out in 3D and see it from all angles. But now you can even place it in the physical world, park outside your home, and see whether it actually matches your Iron Man costume. But you're probably thinking, that's great, but what's the best way to get ready for this? The answer is stay close to the evolution of mobile. And by the way, this especially includes the basics, like site speed and ease of use. Mobile is and will continue for a long time to be the #1 platform for consumer engagement. And most of these innovations will be keyed off the mobile experience. Keep in mind that every year, there are trillions of searches all over the world on Google, and more than half of those searches happen on mobile devices. And by the way, the Google Assistant is already on more than 1 billion devices
worldwide. It's been like that a few years.
So if you stay close to how our products work on mobile, you will be ready for whatever comes next. The second revolution is in machine learning, but you didn't come all this way to hear that. What's new, and actually quite fascinating, is the speed at which machine learning is improving, driven by advances in cloud computing, on-device hardware, and new neural network architectures. Let me give you a few examples. 3 years ago, the Google Assistant could barely complete rather simple tasks, like search the web, check the weather, set a kitchen timer. Today, it can reserve a car for you, get a table at your favorite restaurant, and pick the best vacation photos based on advanced image recognition technologies. Another example. 3 years ago, computer vision could barely tell the difference between a cat and a dog. And indeed, sometimes it is a bit hard.
Why do you need a computer to tell you that's a cat or a dog? Hit the bed. I mean, this assistant. Sorry, I'm being really cynical. This is probably where everyone starts turning off. I'm not. There's some great stuff coming up, but people are just so reliant on technology. It's crazy. I grew up with computers, but this part of the presentation
Today,
baffles
you can simply point a phone's camera at your dog, and bam, Google Lens tells you everything you need to know about this breed. Or take the example of translation. 3 years ago, you had to manually enter every text line by line to translate something. Today, you point a camera at anything, and you can read it as if it were written in your own language. Your phone can even say it back to you if you would like.
This is good.
This is language processing, computer vision,
See, that's good.
mobile search, all coming together. The good news is that we're bringing these advances in machine learning to our ads products to make them more helpful and relevant for consumers, and easier to use, and even higher performing for all of you. And in just a while, you will see how we actually do this. And this brings me to the third and final point, the significant change in user expectations for privacy. Privacy has always been one of our top priorities. And that's why our teams have been working incredibly hard on technologies that deliver user privacy in new and more powerful ways. Things like federated learning, which runs machine learning on device so that the data stays there and stays private, while still benefiting from the key learnings in a privacy-sensitive way. And nowhere is this more critical than in marketing. We have a shared responsibility to make this work for users, and not just for users, but also for the ecosystem. Because always keep in mind, it is this ecosystem that supports a free and open web for everyone. Over the last 12 months, my colleagues and I have had a chance to meet with many of you here with us today. You've told us how these 3 evolutions or revolutions are having a major impact on every part of your marketing process. So let's look at the top 4 areas that will be impacted. Number 1, gathering insights. Machine learning has enabled us.
I've just realised my gardener's here today. I can hear him on the hedgerow, so sorry if you can hear that.
Data and make decisions
I've got
at
the
a
window
scale
open, it's quite warm,
unimaginable just a few years ago. And one example of this is obviously smart bidding, where every second we make millions of bid changes to maximize your results. And frankly, it works like a charm. But as technology helps to take care of mundane tasks, there is a black box effect. How do you uncover and apply the learnings that the machines are generating? And that's why you have told us, give me more insights that I can act on.
Yes, second part of this, good. First part, importantly, it doesn't work all the time for everyone. Smart bidding needs to be fed a lot of data, conversion data. It doesn't work for everyone all the time. Struggles
today,
like hell.
You'll hear about new ways
accounts.
we're surfacing insights for your marketing, like what the full path to conversion looks like and which customers are most valuable. Let's look at the next step in your marketing value chain, managing your campaigns. As people interact with more surfaces, complexity is going through the roof.
I hope that essentially that GA attribution that they're pulling in is like analytics, and it shows you all channels. If it's just around ad campaigns, then your ad campaigns impact direct traffic, social, organic massively. The bigger you grow your budget. So, by the way, if I'm teaching you to suck eggs here, talking about these sort of things, I do apologise, but people who watch my videos are rank beginners and mega superstar professionals. So yeah, I rarely use attribution in ads because analytics is better because you got all the channels. Hence why I set up conversion tracking in analytics. You just cleans up the attribution, keeps stops ads from being greedy.
We make you work on a channel by channel basis. So what you've told us is, hey, make my life easier and my team's life easier. Many of you said my team's life easier. Give me ways to plan by customer instead of by channel. In a few moments, hopefully, not in a few months, we will show you how to access more inventory across channels with a single click. And this will make it a lot easier to reach people across Google surfaces of today, so across the surfaces today, and seamlessly scale to the surfaces of tomorrow in a privacy-sensitive way. Let's move on to number 3, creative. As I mentioned earlier, user expectations for your creative are higher than ever.
This whole privacy thing bugs me. I've got a Google device. I understand the risks, but I know my phone, even though I've turned the assistant off, still records certain things I do. You can find this out. You can find all this information. That's just assistant. I mean, everything else.
But you're still
privacy is a bit of a misnomer,
and matching
isn't
creative
it?
assets to create relevant ads. So you've told us, give me more ways to test and tell a story using the assets I have. And I think you will be pleased with what you'll see today. We'll show you new ways to transform your creative assets into relevant and beautiful experiences at scale. And finally, the 4th piece of your marketing process, the way marketing is measured must change. We've heard you say it loud and clear many, many, many times. Give me better ways to measure impact while obviously protecting user privacy. And trust me, no one likes a better ROI more than we do. And we want you to have full visibility because we bet on our media and platforms delivering best-in-class ROI every single day. But it's in all of our interests that we get there while ensuring the highest bar for user privacy. So yes, it might take longer for us to deliver the measurement tools that you need. Doing this right is very hard, even for some of the best computer scientists in the world. But know that we're committed to finding solutions that work for all of you, whether you're an advertiser, an agency, or a technology provider.
I mean, they're only doing this because governing bodies and institutions like the EU are hammering them for privacy. They wouldn't be doing this if they didn't need to. They're doing the whole privacy thing to protect their business, which is 90% ad revenue. Yeah, I mean, I hope we're going to see, you just mentioned better measurement. I hope we're going to see better measurement from YouTube. Getting some impression data into analytics would be a good start. So you can actually bring YouTube into your attribution.
Well, we're heavily investing in measurement products like Google Analytics and Ads Data Hub, built with privacy at their core. I think you will like what you see today, but super honestly, it won't fully satisfy all of your needs yet. Every innovation you will see here today is a result of your feedback. And like I said at the start, we're here to listen and engage with all of you. And that's why we've built a 100,000 square foot sandbox downstairs where you can demo our latest innovations. We have more than 500 product experts on hand to give you a behind the scenes look, over 500. And meetings are already scheduled with each of your account teams to go deeper. So please tell us how we've done with your asks. Ask us the tough questions, don't hold back, and challenge us to do better. And with that, I would like to introduce you to a friend and colleague. He literally wrote the textbook on search algorithms. He holds 20 patents, and this is his first time appearing on stage at Google Marketing Live, and I know he's excited to give you all a first look into the latest innovations behind our ads. So please welcome our Senior Vice President of Google Ads, Prabhakar Raghavan. Prabhakar, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to cut now. do another video, and I'll do another video. So that was me introing, me commenting over his commentary, which is probably the blandest video I've ever done. If you think different, you'd obviously leave a comment. But yeah, this is the intro, and I'll keep cracking on with these because I'm interested. Now I'm interested to see. No disrespect to Philip, but he's the business brains. I always love Google though. The fluffy. They are literally the super villains opening the ice cream shop. All that. Let's just scroll back a sec. Where was it? All this sort of breakout area they do. In the background, you can see here.
100,000 square foot sandbox downstairs where you can demo.
Come on. Like, Zuckerberg does this sort of thing as well, and it's like, come on. You're evil, really. But, you know, we're used to it. Yeah, we're used to it now. Yeah. By the way, I'm not this cynical all the time. Part of this is cynicism. Part of it is my humour. Dry. Anyway, next video. Let's see what the Mr. Patent has in store for us. 20 patents. Did he have to his name? Brilliant. I've got none, so he's better than me.